Hey friends, welcome to the YouTube topic of the day. Today, this is going to be a very interesting topic. We're going to talk about something that almost everyone deals with, and it's pain. And so, if you're hurting physically or even emotionally, I want you to know this: pain is not random, it's not just part of getting old, and you're not broken. So, pain is your body's way of kind of like signaling and yelling at you, maybe that it's an alarm system, okay? Something's going on inside here. It's how our body says, help, we need some attention in here. But here's the catch: where you feel the pain, that's isn't usually where the problem is. You're like, what? So today I'm going to be sharing what pain really is, what causes it, and why just masking it often leads to much bigger problems. You're going to walk away with some clarity and hope. And because your body was made to heal, it just needs the right support. So, are we ready to dive in? So, what is pain? When we look at this, it's just not the enemy. Like I said, this is signaling something deeper inside. This is trying to bring some attention to it. So, like what we're currently doing is we usually just like put a medication or take a pill for the ill, whatever, and it masks it. It doesn't address the root cause. It's just taking care of the symptom. So our body's like, that's not it. That's not it. And so we keep having more and more pain because we're not addressing it. So there's three types of pain. Our first type is acute. Acute means that this is pain maybe from an injury, trauma, that kind of thing. This pain could be we worked a little too hard in our flower beds, or like me, I rode way too hard, did a lot of stuff on my horse down at the barn all at the same time. I'm going to have some acute pain. Acute pain is usually 3 months or shorter. Now we're going to look at chronic pain. Chronic pain is long term. This is pain that's going to be lasting over 3 months. And our third type of pain is our neuropathic. And what this is usually nerve related. So this is going to be just not like, oh, I ache, but this is like a burning pain, a shooting pain, a tingly pain. So, like a lot of people will, that are amputees, they have what they call phantom pain. Phantom pain is like, oh, it feels like my right arm is just killing me. Well, their right arm is no longer there, but it feels like it's there. Some people will say, oh, I just got this intense pain shooting down my back. That is, again, neuropathic. So we've got to think about this as like the nerves. So, emotional pain can also trigger physical pain. So, this is like stress and trauma often show up in the body. So, you're like, I haven't done anything. I don't know why I'm hurting. But then emotionally, it's something that maybe we buried from a long time ago. And now all of a sudden it starts to come up, rear its ugly head up. And now we're starting to feel pain that we don't have a reason for. We can't explain it. So, yes, emotional pain can actually trigger physical pain. Oh, here's a good one. Most pain doesn't start where it hurts. You go, oh, it's in my lower back. It's in my lower back. Where? This lower back pain, yeah, that's where you feel it, but maybe the root cause, again, that's our symptom. So we got to address the root cause. Maybe the root cause is like in our gut. Maybe it's a kidney that's starting to act up, but we swear it is back pain. So most pain doesn't start where it hurts. So people can say, "Oh, I've got so much neck pain," or "I've got such a migraine." Well, this could be from dehydration. So it's like you got to be looking not just at the symptoms, but look at the root cause. Painkillers often mute the pain, but they don't fix the source. This, again, we're addressing the symptoms, not the root cause. I'm going to tell you my story on pain. I know pain very, very, very well. Back in 2010, I was diagnosed with grade 4 arthritis in both of my knees. So I had an MRI. The orthopedic surgeon said, "Whoa, you're only 50 years old, Kris. You are way too young to have knee replacement surgery. We're just going to keep injecting you with the steroids. We'll just keep doing the pain pills, that kind of thing. Yeah, you'll be fine." I'm a nurse, very into the medical model, and I'm like, okay, okay, yeah, not a problem. What people did not realize is at that time, I was, for my hobby, riding long distance competitive trail riding. That means I rode my horse for 60 miles a weekend. In order to do that, I would have to start pilling up. Pilling up means take 6 to 8 Percocets, Lortabs every day. Oh, 3, 4 days before my competition, all throughout the 2, 3 day weekend, and then still be pilling up because I was hurt and bad 3, 4 days afterwards. Guess what? I'd be off the pain pills for a few days, and then my next competition would be coming up, start pilling up again. This is how I lived until I was started learning about this natural alternative. This new thought came and it's like, "What? Do you mean my body can heal itself? What does that mean?" Well, what I learned is I turned on my science brain, and every time that I took that pain medication, my body was like, "Wow, this is something totally foreign. I don't know what this is. There's something strange inside here." And so what does it do? Your body goes into a fight and flight. We got to run from this. Well, when our bodies go into that fight and flight, there goes our cortisol levels. They go way up. Cortisol levels go up. Guess what? That causes inflammation. Inflammation is the cause of the pain. So, and then it's like, "Oh, it's still hurting." And it's like 3 hours later, you pop some more pills. The body's like, "Wow, there's even more foreign substances in here." And again, it's just being a vicious cycle. What I learned is when I give my body something natural, my body's like, "Oh, I can use this. I can fix it." And that's how I got off of all of my pain medications. I know that back in 2012, if I did not start learning some of this, I know for a fact that I probably wouldn't be here today. So we've got to just look at this. So think about this. Pain killers often mute the pain, okay? You're only addressing the symptom. You're not addressing the root cause. So pain is personal. So even when I was in nursing school, they said pain is pain. This person may rate their pain like a 2, but it's a pain where that same pain, somebody may rate it a very high 10. That is their perception of their pain. That is real. So don't ever be made felt belittled because, "Oh, I just can't take this pain." No, because what you feel is what you feel. So your pain is real. Okay, our body can heal pain. And if it's given the right tools to repair itself. It is important for you to know that these product testimonials are direct reflection of someone's personal story, and they may not be typical for all people. We do not treat or cure chronic illnesses or diseases. Lifeway phototherapy patches do not heal or cure people. God designed the body, the human body, to heal itself, given the right conditions of the body to function at its optimal level. You need to consult your healthcare professional or doctor for any advice regarding treatments or of sickness or disease. Let's do a little bit deeper dive. We are all born with what we call stem cells. So that's kind of some people like, oh, I think I know what a stem cell is. Your stem cell is a master cell. These cells they don't really have a job until they're assigned a job. You are born with all the stem cells that you need, but what people do not realize is your stem cells by around age 30, 50% go dormant. What do you mean? They just kind of go into a sleep dormant zombie phase and they just kind of hang out and do nothing. By age 60, over 90% of your stem cells are dormant. Hmm. So it's like, okay, so that's interesting. So what do these stem cells do? They are the natural healers of the body. If we need, like, let's say I broke a bone, then they go, oh, we got a broken bone over here. We have got to become bone cells and go heal that bone. Whoa, I've got heart disease. We got a heart that's really bad. We need to become heart cells, cardiovascular cells, and start repairing the cardiovascular system. This is what they do. They go throughout the body and they become whatever they need to be. So how does this little patch work? I've got mine on today. You can see it right here. There is nothing going inside my body. This is only phototherapy. My body literally is producing what I want to say, a body heat, and that comes out in the form of infrared light. Well, this patch here on the center, it's actually got nanocrystals in it of amino acids, sugar, and salt, and it's in a pattern. It is reflecting back one certain frequency of light. Yes, just one type of light that is now going to activate my brain to say, oh, we've got to activate and stimulate a certain type of copper peptide. This copper peptide then goes and starts waking up the stem cells. The stem cells start getting their awakening. They have their assignment. Now you need to go and become a liver cell. Now you need to become a brain cell. And those cells wake up and go and do their job. There is nothing, there's no medications, nothing. This is non-transdermal. So this does not interfere with any type of medications that people may be on. There are absolutely positively no drugs, no chemicals, no stimulants. This is non-invasive. This is just a form of phototherapy of light going back into my body. Is that not amazing? So the benefits of this X39 is we are going to have increased strength, reduced inflammation, ding, 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 increased stamina, energy and vitality, mental clarity. The brain fog lifts, the brain starts connecting, the right side's talking to the left side. The right and left are talking. That means we have coherence. We have a lot of memory. We've got focus. We got concentration. Restored muscles and or skeletal conditions. Ding, 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 ding. Yes. And so that's sometimes a lot of our pain. Improvement in sleep. Sometimes we just can't sleep because we hurt, and it improves skin appearance. And so to achieve optimal health, a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, it all depends on your stem cells. Your stem cells. So are you ready to hear some phenomenal testimonies? Okay. This one just came up a couple of days ago. And this is a lady named Sherry. And after years, this is her story. I'm reading it word for word. After years of struggling with back pain and mobility issues, X39, which is this patch, X39 has changed my life. I started patching on January 15th, 2025, just this year, just 3 months ago. And I stopped taking sleep medications. There was 2 sleep medications she was on, including Ambien, for 10 years. She stopped taking them. She didn't need to. and pain meds for my back and knees. She listed 5 of her medications, which included meloxicam, tramadol, and lidocaine. And she was on these pain medications for 5 years. I haven't even had a Tylenol since January 15th, 2025. That was the day she started this X39. I feel like I'm thriving, no longer using a cane or scooter to get around. Plus, I'm seeing some of the changes in my face and in my skin. See it for yourself. You ready to see Sherry? This first picture is there was no patch. This was back in November of last year. This is now 2 weeks after she started the patch. So I want you to start looking at this face. You see this face is nice and round. That is the signs of inflammation. Inflammation. Okay, now her body's starting to resolve that inflammation. Those stem cells are starting to work. See how her face is starting to slim down. Okay, this is after 3 months. This is the same lady that is no longer having to work to use her scooter or her cane. This lady now is vibrant. Look at the skin changes. This is 3 months of being on this patch. So when people go, whoa, that's really cool. This X39, and this has got clinical studies, over 70 clinical studies on it. It also has many patents on it. And so to get a patent, you're going to have to prove this, that all the claims that you say. So the claims that they proved in all their clinical studies within just a couple of days, yes, a couple of days, already over 4,000 of your genes in your body are already reset. At 6 weeks, yes, 6 weeks, your brain now is balanced. It's starting to get coherence. At 3 months, hello, we're looking here at Sherry, 3 months, your body starts making its own collagen. Yes, and I was taking an external source of collagen. I was feeling great, but nothing like when my body makes its own. So, ladies and gentlemen, your body, when it can make its own, wake up the stem cells, make its own collagen, you're going to get a much bigger bang for the buck. So at 3 months, your body makes its own collagen. So then when people go, oh, I've got all this pain, I'm bone on bone in my knees, I'm on my hip, bone on bone, all of that. Guess what? It's like, wow, after 3 or 4 months, oh man, my pain is starting to really resolve a lot. Why? Because your body's making its own collagen. Your collagen is what stabilizes the whole structure of your body. Very, very, very important. Now, here's the big one. At 6 months of wearing this patch every day for 6 months, the study showed and proved that your heart didn't just do anti-aging. No, it actually reversed in age by 8 years. Yes, 8 years. So this patch is a very amazing little patch. My next story I want to talk about, this lady is Lynn. Lynn is in her 70s. Lynn came to me and she goes, I just have all of this pain. I just can't do this any longer, that kind of thing. I got her on this X39. She just last week texted me and she goes, oh my goodness, I got to tell you my story. She goes, the X39, day one, day two, she says, I went ahead and I put it just here on the back of my neck. And I noticed right from day one, I had a little more energy. I had more pep in my step. She goes, oh, I felt good. And then she goes, on day 3 and day 4, she goes, Kris, I had that knee issue, that stabbing pain for 14 months. And the doctors would try all kinds of stuff and nothing would work. And so I had this for 14 months. I go, just going to take this little patch and I'm going to stick it on that right knee. She says within an hour of putting it on there, the pain was gone. She goes, what? So she felt great that day. Day 3, day 4, she went out. She was walking around the dog park. She lives like in a retirement community. She has her own home. She has an extra large yard. She went out there and hand mowed the yard. And then one evening, they had like a movie at their community center. And the movie is always upstairs. And she could never go up there because she physically couldn't do it. Well, guess what? She said, yeah, I thought I could run up those stairs. I felt so good. She said, I went up those stairs. She goes, I felt amazing. I enjoyed the movie so much. I enjoyed being with my neighbors. Yes, Lynn got her life back. And that was just less, that's around 7, 9 days of being on the patch. So you go, wow, I got to get this thing and I got to get these patches, here in my home. How do I do this? Well, I'm going to encourage you to definitely, you want to schedule a time with me, even a 15-minute 20-minute phone call so that we can kind of talk about your game plan. That's why, yeah, it's like, oh, yeah, I could go out there and there's other patches out there, blah, blah, blah. They're not the X39. I can help you get your own wholesale account with this X39. That's the same price that I pay. Well, why would I want to do that? You want to do it with me because I'm a nurse of 32 plus years. I have the science knowledge. I also wear this patch myself, and I can help you with all other kinds of natural alternatives to even make this even better. So I just want to just barely cover that there's 3 different packages. You can start off and these patches come in this little envelope. There's 30 of these patches in here. So this is a month's supply of this sleeve. And even with the core kit, it's 3 months of this and it's only $295 for the total 3 months. So you literally are paying less than $3.30 a day. Ladies and gentlemen, if you go out and buy a Starbucks coffee or any of those fancy coffees, you're paying a lot more than $3 a day for your coffee. So it's like, where do you want to put your money? You're going to put your money where the value is. The next package would be advanced, that kind of thing. That is going to be, that's 6 of these sleeves. That's 6 months. So this would be for like a family, a husband and wife. Maybe, and it's like, oh, that's going to get us each 3 months of sleeves, of patches for each person. So again, let me help you save money, okay, by working with me and I will help you get your own wholesale account all set up for you. So there's no guesswork, but it's the X39 that you definitely want to do. Now, this big premium, that is 20 sleeves. What? 20 sleeves? Yes. And there's a lot of people that get this premium package just because they're looking at 4 or 5 members of their families that they want to get on this patch. Well, guess what they're getting? They're saving even more money overall. Plus, they're like, oh, I got to be telling people about this. I have to share this because when we've got something as powerful as this, we do not want to keep it to ourselves. We want to tell other people about it. So they're sharing their patches with other people. So, are you ready to see your own results? It's up to you. It's up to you. I'm going to encourage you to work with me, a nurse. Let's partner together. I want you to think about how much time, energy, money that you have spent just to try to fix the problem, right? And how did that work for you? What you're currently doing, if it isn't working, start thinking outside of the box. Start thinking outside of the status quo. Lock with a nurse, a healthcare provider that's got the knowledge of the science, but also is an expert on this X39, expert in other natural alternatives, so your body can heal itself. So Here, you want to scan this if you can. This is a free ebook that I wrote on the stem cells, so you can even go into a deeper dive. Okay. And then also, this is my website. This is a website that I have. It's on the stem cells, but it's got some other things in there. You go, oh, I want to hear some videos, some testimonies. I want to really see what the science is all about. This is where you can get this. Okay. So this is where I'm here to help you. Please put in the comments, hey, Kris, I need to get a hold of you. Let's connect. We will connect. And there is a place where you can book an appointment with me. And I'm having a major promo on that appointment where you can talk to me for 20 minutes for only $17. That's less than probably what your prescription is. So work with me. Let's get feeling better because you deserve the life that you've always dreamed of. You need to live life without regrets. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you give me a call. Let's get you feeling better and let's go for it. Have a very blessed day and get out and enjoy the sunshine. Bye bye.